As the Tibetan community and the Central Tibetan Administration gear up to celebrate His Holiness the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday, marked as the Year of Compassion, the Department of Information and International Relations has released a special e-book exploring his 4 principal commitments. This multilingual publication compiles insights from over 100 distinguished speakers who participated in a 2020 virtual talk series reflecting on His Holiness the Dalai Lama's lifelong advocacy for human values, religious harmony, Tibetan culture and environment, and ancient Indian wisdom. Joining us today is Tsetan Dolma, a project officer at the DIIR's Tibet Advocacy section, to discuss the significance of this publication, the efforts behind its creation, and how it deepens public understanding of His Holiness the Dalai Lama's enduring legacy. Welcome to our program, Tsinela.
Thank you for having me.
So good to have you here on our program. So to begin with, I'd like to ask you, can you introduce this book and its main themes?
Sure. So first of all, just to all the viewers of Tibettv, I'd like to say that I'm honored to be sitting here talking about this book that talks about the 4 main commitments of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So this book that DIIR has just released in 4 languages, Tibetan, English, Hindi and Chinese, is a compilation of talks delivered during a virtual talk series by various distinguished speakers on the 4 commitments of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And these commitments being, first, promotion of human values, promotion of religious harmony, preservation of Tibet's culture and environment, and the revival of ancient Indian wisdom. So this book comes from a virtual talk series that was organized during the 15th Kashak in the year 2020 as part of the Year of Gratitude dedicated to His Holiness when he turned 85. The talk series was organized in 15 different languages with over 120 speakers. It featured speakers who are Rinpoches, professors, scholars, authors, historians, interpreter to His Holiness, senior monks and nuns, social activists and teachers as well. And they shared their knowledge and observation of the 4 commitments and their personal experience of working with and learning from His Holiness. Although the theme of the book is 4 commitments of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the views and analysis expressed in these books are entirely that of the speakers and how they as an individual person interpret and understand these 4 commitments and how they inculcate these 4 commitments in their daily lives. So after a successful completion of the talk series, it was suggested by many to compile this talk series into an e-book. So based on this suggestion, the talks in Tibetan, English, Hindi and Chinese were transcribed, and these transcribed texts were sent to the respective speakers for their review and approval. So except for few speakers, all the speakers graciously took out their time from their busy schedules to review and send the text back to us. And this compilation was then edited by the editors of DIIR, and it was also sent to the office of His Holiness the Dalai Lama for their final suggestion. So following all this due process, DIIR is now happy to publish this book, which is a proceeding of the talk series organized during the 15th Kashak as a Year of Gratitude dedicated to His Holiness, and brought to completion during the 16th Kashak as it prepares for the 90th birthday of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, a year-long celebration that is dedicated to His Holiness as a year of compassion.
Mm-hmm. I clearly remember the virtual talk series, which was actually published on Tibettv platform. So can you tell us what aspects of these, of His Holiness the Dalai Lama's 4 principles commitment does it cover, and why is it important for CTA to publish this book now?
Sure. So this book focuses on the 4 principal commitments of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And these 4 commitments reflect His Holiness's lifelong dedication towards well-being, towards humanity and well-being of all sentient beings. And these 4 commitments are, first, promotion of human values. Firstly, His Holiness as a human being emphasizes on the importance of basic human values such as compassion, tolerance, forgiveness, and self-discipline. He believes that these values are crucial for individuals' happiness as well as for a harmonious world. He says that we as a human being, we are all the same. We all want happiness and that we do not want suffering, right? So therefore, His Holiness believes that regardless of what religious belief you have, if you are able to inculcate these values into your daily lives, we can all benefit, right? And he refers to these values as secular ethics and universal values, and looks at promoting warm-heartedness through these values. And the second commitment is promotion of religious harmony. Secondly, as a Buddhist monk, His Holiness is committed to promoting harmony among all religions, emphasizing that they all share the same fundamental message of love, compassion, and service to humanity. He believes that the idea that there is one truth and one religion is relevant to individual practitioner, but in the wider community, he says that there is a need to recognize that human beings observe several religious beliefs and several aspects of truth. And therefore, he advocates for mutual respect and interfaith understanding among all religions and collaboration in addressing global challenges. And the third commitment is preservation of Tibetan culture and environment. And thirdly, as His Holiness as a Tibetan spiritual leader, he is committed to preserving the Tibet's unique culture, religion, and language. He also highlights the importance of Tibet's fragile environment, and which has a global ecological significance. And the fourth commitment is revival of ancient Indian wisdom. His Holiness has a deep commitment to reviving and promoting the ancient Indian wisdom, particularly the Nalanda tradition of logic, reasoning, and emotional well-being. His Holiness is convinced that the ancient Indian wisdom of the workings of the minds and emotions and the techniques of mind training, such as meditation, are of great relevance today. He believes that these knowledge can be combined with modern education, and that these teachings can contribute to fostering a balanced and compassionate modern society. So these are the four principal commitments of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. But of course, I know I don't do justice trying to explain these commitments. Therefore, I request the viewers to go through the book and see how these prominent speakers have reflected on these four principles of His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
Talking about the speakers, the book includes contributions from diverse group of scholars, environmentalists, Buddhist monks and others, and also international celebrities. So how were the authors and contributors selected, and what unique insights do they bring to the discussion of His Holiness the Dalai Lama's principal commitments?
Sure. So as I said, the talk series was organized in 15 different languages with over 120 speakers. We had the honor of inviting spiritual heads of the Tibetan Buddhism and Pen, and speakers who are historians, authors, professors, interpreter to His Holiness Dalai Lama, social activist, senior monks and nuns, right? And as for the spiritual heads, we had the privilege of hearing from Kyabdyon Sadhya Khongma Trizin Rinpoche, Kyabdyon Kandin Tripa Rinpoche, Kyawang Kamaba Rinpoche, Kyabje Minri Trizin, Kyabje Shijin Rabjam Rinpoche, Trigung Kyabdyon Rinpoche, Kyabje Chonang Gyaltsab Rinpoche. And among the other speakers, we had, to name a few, we had Dr. Thubden Jimbala, Professor Wangchu Doji Negi, the Venerable Keshil Hagdurla, Professor Ngawa Samden, Venerable Kama Gele Yuto, Dr. Robert Thurman, Dr. Deepak Chopra, Alexander Berzin, and so many other speakers speaking in their respective languages, right? Each speakers were invited for their unique ability to provide insightful perspectives. And I remember DIIR first gathered the speaker suggestions among the organizing committee, and then we sent out a request to Office of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, as well as respective offices of Tibet, for speaker suggestions. And based on this, we were able to conduct the talk series in 15 different languages, which are Tibetan, Hindi, English, Chinese, Russian, German, Spanish, French, Mongolian, Japanese, Nepali, Korean, Italian, Vietnamese and Portuguese.
So the 4 principal commitments that you have talked in detail earlier, so like promoting human values, interfaith harmony, the preservation of Tibet's culture and environment, and reviving ancient Indian wisdom, have been central to His Holiness the Dalai Lama's work. So in today's world, why do you think these commitments are relevant, and how does this book, especially this e-book, help people reflect on them?
Sure. So I think that these 4 commitments of His Holiness the Dalai Lama are immensely relevant in today's world because first, if we look at promotion of human values, emphasizing on compassion, tolerance, forgiveness, self-discipline, they foster to personal well-being and a harmonious world. So these are essential for addressing modern challenges such as social conflict and mental health issues. And if we look at the second commitment, which is promotion of religious harmony, advocating for mutual respect among different religions, help reduce tensions and promote peaceful coexistence in our diverse society. And third commitment, preservation of Tibet's culture and environment. His Holiness' commitment to preserving Tibetan culture and environment is especially relevant as Tibet's culture, religion, language face systematic repression under Chinese rule, and also environment exploitation on the Tibetan plateau endangers not only Tibetans but also the millions who depend on its rivers. So therefore, we see that His Holiness is also a big advocate for environment preservation. If I'm not wrong, Dr. Thubten Jimbala in this book has said His Holiness is the first Nobel laureate who has in his citation of Nobel Peace Award a reference to an environment. And the fourth commitment is revival of ancient Indian knowledge, integrating ancient Indian wisdom about the minds and emotions with modern education can contribute to enhance emotional well-being in today's fast-paced world.
So looking ahead, Tsetan, how do you see the 4 principal commitments shaping the future discourse of Tibet, spirituality and global ethics? And also, what role does CTA envision in promoting these commitments through initiative like this e-book?
I think an initiative like this represents CTA's humble effort to make His Holiness's 4 commitments more accessible to a wider audience. And personally for me, being a small part of this initiative has helped me familiarize with these 4 commitments. And on a personal level, it has helped me strengthen my spiritual connection with His Holiness and my devotion towards Him. So therefore, I see that this book is a small step from the CTA in sharing the vast knowledge and wisdom that His Holiness represents and encouraging people to learn and engage with these 4 commitments in a meaningful way. And finally, I'd like to say that this e-book that DIIR has just released in 4 different languages is available on Central Tibetan Administration's official website, tibet.net, pay.asia, and official Chinese news website, as well as the complete talk series in all four languages is available on Tibettv's Facebook and YouTube channel. Thank you.
So, Tsetan, these are my questions for this conversation. It's wonderful to have you on our program today and to talk to us about the one of the most important piece of work from our department this year, dedicating to His Holiness the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday, and also Year of Compassion this year, with the hope that this e-book will reach a wider audience of readers. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With this, we have come to the end of today's program of In Conversation with Tibet TV. Thank you so much for watching.